Attention professionals, leaders, and all public speakers, I'm going to give you the 5-point wardrobe and cosmetic checklist to maximize your influence. I'm Dr. Dan. I'm a communication coach and consultant. I get fired up about the brain, and this topic here is an important one if you're trying to maximize your ability to influence people. What I'm going to cover is this 5-point checklist that I created for your attire and your cosmetic appearance when you go in front of public. So you may be one-on-one, you may be one-on-many, you may be on a video. You don't want to put all this work in your content and your delivery all to be skewed or not consistent and congruent with your body language. Remember, 55% of your communication is body language. So I created this 5-point checklist to maximize the influence of your body language that goes along with your tone and your words. So I remember being at a presentation that I was giving in San Diego to a group I had never met yet. Little did I know there was a public speaking coach in the audience. At the end of my talk, he came up and congratulated me, say, "That's a great talk. You have great energy. The content was awesome." But he said, "Your appearance could be better." He goes, "Do you mind if I coach you for a minute?" And I said, "Go at it." And he went on to tell me that your appearance, you look a little sloppy compared to your delivery. He goes, "I would have done this, this, and this different." And I eventually hired him on as one of my first public speaking coaches because what he said made sense to me. And to be honest, I wasn't even thinking about it. There were two little things that caught my attention that I would have never known had he not pointed them out. And this is why we often need a coach, somebody who could give us valuable feedback that can help us maximize our influence. So let's break this down. And by the way, all of this is backed by science. I'm a neuro guy, which means I'm a brain guy. I love the science because the science makes things repeatable. You don't have to be some sort of charismatic guru to apply these changes that'll make a massive difference. Number 1, pay for the fit over the name brand. It's more important to have clothes that fit you well versus name brand. Spend your money on a tailor to make them fit well versus the name that's on the tag. Not only does it make you feel better when clothes are fit, you can tailor your clothes to highlight your strengths. This is one of those easy, effective, and inexpensive ways to make you appear more influential because you took the time to pay attention to the details of how things fit. That's what the research shows. Properly fitting clothes say more about you than the names on the tags. Number 2, what should you do about makeup? Research shows that you should not wear too much makeup if you're looking to have the highest level of influence. The reason being is that too much makeup indicates that you're trying to hide something, but a little bit actually goes a long way because it says that you're concerned and intentional about looking good, but you want to make sure that it's not too much. A little bit goes a long way when it comes to makeup on your face. Number 3, should you have it or should you not? The rule of thumb has been no facial hair. If you go back years and decades ago, that was kind of the thing. Be clean cut. There is a turn in the tides nowadays. You see more men with beards than you did just 10 years ago or 20 years ago. And so let's look what the research says. The science is crystal clear on that. Intentionality is key. Grooming is key. Making sure that whatever facial hair you do or don't have, you have selectively and consciously taking care of it. If you wear a beard, make sure it's well groomed. If you're clean cut, make sure it's well groomed. The intentionality is the key to having massive influence because you got to remember what people are thinking is, what are you taking control over? If you don't have control over something, it indicates that you may or may not be able to help them because they're sensing control, they're sensing discipline. And if you don't care about how you appear, then you don't care about what they think, what they should do, whether or not you can help them. So think through that. Be intentional is the name of the game. Number 4, this may come across as judgmental or opinionated, but it's not. I like to look at the research. And what the data shows us, people, both men and women, who are over 20% of their target weight for their specific body size don't make as much money. Their earning capacity goes down. Now you do the math on that. See, I believe that that is a leadership quality, that if you can't control what goes into your mouth or the movement that you create throughout the day to burn enough calories, lose the weight, look and appear fit, then it tells the brain of your audience that you can't control other things, that your level of discipline is down. And so your income earning abilities, your ability to influence them and be a leader goes down. You can take that what it's worth. The research is clear, the science is clear, and I'm gonna tell you, it's just better to be fit. It's better all across the board to be focused on your health and your wellness. This doesn't have to be a bodybuilder or enter some sort of bikini or physique competition. It's saying be aware and intentional with your health. And when you do that, you actually influence the audience or your prospects in a way that tells them you're not only in control of that, you're in control of other things of your life, and that discipline makes you more influential in their eyes. And number 5, this one may shock you, but how fast do you walk? It's an interesting one, and I've evaluated this. I've often been told by people, you kind of walk quickly in certain environments. If you look at my track record, I have no business being a communication consultant or an entrepreneur or some sort of influencer that has any sense of a platform, because I come from interesting beginnings. I was shy, scared of my own shadow, couldn't make any money in a paper route because I was scared to go ask anybody for money and knock on their door. That was my upbringing. So you may be asking, how did that change? Well, I got a purpose. And when I got a purpose, it made me realize I need to be intentional about everything that I do, including my words and including my pace. Not only my pace at how I speak, I'm a fast speaker, and I don't apologize for it. I used to apologize for it until I saw research that people who speak at a faster clip actually have more influence because it makes their listeners feel the passion. Well, it turns out it's the same thing for your pace of walk. If you're speaking on a stage, how fast do you get there? If you're in an environment where you're trying to lead people and you're just this ho-hum and slow goes it like a little snail, people get the sense you're not that confident about what you want and your willingness to go at it. This is why the speed of the walk actually influenced the decision-making brain, this primal brain. And remind you, people don't make decisions with their rational cortex. They make it with the subconscious primal brain, which is responsive to body language and tone and passion and energy more than words. When somebody's walk or style is more quick, they actually have greater influence. Now, I'm not telling you to run everywhere or speed walk everywhere. I am telling you though to recognize your pace of play. When I say pace of play, I'm not talking about on a golf course. I'm talking about how you do everything you do in your life. Are you doing things swiftly and rapidly with a very intentional pace? Or are you doing it like a turtle and allowing people to say you probably don't have much of a purpose, a passion, or a conviction about where you're headed? There's a confidence factor, right? Allow people to have that confidence in you and that you know what you're doing. So, to recap, fitted clothes over name brand clothes. A little bit of makeup if you're a woman, no facial hair or very well groomed facial hair for men. Get fit, pay attention to your health and wellness, and then your speed and pace of your walk tells just as much as the words that are coming out of your mouth. Put these 5 things into play, and there's more where that came from. I'm Dr. Dan, I'm a coach, I'm a consultant, I love the brain, I wanna help you take your message and turn it into a movement. And hey, by the way, if you want a full guide and write-up of all these, just click the link below in the notes and we'll have that for you for free. Grab a copy, send it to a neighbor, send it to a friend, leave me a comment, make sure to spell my name right. Dr. Dan, I'm out.